In this session, we will be building a full-stack AI video analysis application where users will paste the YouTube video link and they will be able to generate its summary using AI. And then they will be able to save it into a database and then have them in a saved analysis section. You will get all the prompts, step-by-step process, and now let's see the demo of the application. With a simple core functionality, we will paste the YouTube video link into the input and it will use the video subtitles to create text. Then it will analyze the text and return the AI analyzed output to the user. With a link and a click on a button, he will have a summary of what the video is about, highlights, key points, and then also a lot of options to build pretty cool features on top of this. I believe you can have a lot of fun with this, building some additional features like a platform where users will be throwing some educational content into the application and it will save notes, highlights, and learnings from it. Maybe he can also generate PDFs, but yeah, let's keep this for later. And let's now just do the MVP. Today, we are here for the core functionality and for going through the prompts and the step-by-step process how I achieve this. So we will go from no application to working application. Let's open the IDE and there I will run the command for creating a Next.js application with Tailwind CSS. Let's first prepare this and then we will be building all the things there. I will create also a text file here because I will share this repo with you and you will find all the prompts there. That means you can just basically go to my GitHub, steal this and build on top of it. Yeah, I know, not the best business idea, but let me charge you 1 like for this one, okay? I think it's time to start with the prompt 1. We need to provide a really good detailed prompt that we will send into the composer. If you are not using Cursor IDE or VS Code with Cline or Rookline, Windsurf or just any other IDE with some AI plugin, you will put this prompt into an AI chat in the browser. There you can also paste the prompts, of course, and it will be sending you back the code. But the thing is that you then need to take the code and put it into the proper files or folders. On the other hand, you will see in this video where I'm putting the code or where the composer is creating the code. So you can just follow the folder structure that I have and yeah, you can generate it from the browser, or even the browser will, of course, tell you where you should put all the things. With AI in IDE, you will just put there the prompt and it will be creating the files automatically for you. So it's faster and better. I would say the downside of using AI in IDE is that if you are not double checking everything it does or everything it changes, it can change also some files that you don't want to change. So then it can break your application. In the browser, you have it a little bit more under control, but it also depends if you are copy pasting everything or sometimes you have some filter when not to use something and so. I will put there to create a modern web application using Next.js. We already have that. The composer in the IDE will do it for you. There we'll put that this should take a YouTube video URL as input, extract the transcript using YouTube Transcript API, present a clean, user-friendly interface. Let's go to the core features. Single page application with YouTube URL input field and validation, loading state with progress indicator, analysis results display, then error handling, invalid YouTube URLs, videos without transcripts, API failures. Then we have also UI components section. There the main form will be YouTube URL input with the YouTube icon we can put there, submit button with loading state, progress indicator, then some results display with video analysis section, reset button, clean, responsive layout, and for the styling we'll be using Tailwind CSS, responsive design of course, but maybe we don't even need to mention this, but we can leave it there, modern and clean interface, loading animations, and progress indicators. We will be using TypeScript for type safety. Also, we want to implement proper error handling at loading states. We want to keep the UI clean and minimal. We can enhance this later. And we want to focus on the user experience. Let's run this prompt and see what will be the output. Now let's go ahead and do it. We will take the prompt and I will open a composer. There in the composer, I will select the model. I will be using Claude 3.7. I will paste there the prompt and I will send it. Let's accept this and let's see how this looks like. We already have opened the localhost 3000 where we can see our page. Let's go there. But before that, we can see we have some error. It didn't download properly the YouTube transcript library. Let's open the composer and installation instructions. Yeah, we didn't execute these. Now we can see we have an error there with YouTube transcript. That means we are missing this library. How we can fix it is that we will do npm I YouTube transcript, which will install the library, and then it should work. Now it's working and there is our page. We want the icon to be there with the input. Then we can just enhance the UI even more. For now, let's build the basic functionality. I will paste there a video about GPT 4.5. We will click on inspect. There we will go into console. We will take these two errors. We will go back to IDE. There we will open the composer. We will paste the error. Please, I'm getting this error after trying to analyze a video. And the composer should fix it. Let's wait for the answer. And now it implemented the changes. So currently we are using the server-side API to fetch the transcript. That means we will get the transcript from the YouTube via API. We will store it, and how this will look like. On the page where we pasted the link for the video about GPT 4.5, we will click analyze. We have there the whole transcript of the video, and we will use AI API to analyze this part. I will use the Deepseek one because I already paid like $2 and I'm using it basically for all my testing with the AI applications. That means if you want to also use Deepseek AI API, you will go to platform.deepseek.com. There you will just top up $2. Then I will go to API keys. I will generate there a new API key, and then I will use that or store that API key. And now we will create a prompt that will implement this AI analysis itself. That will get us the prompt to please integrate AI analysis for the transcript extracted from a YouTube video link. I will be using Deepseek AI API for the text analysis, so implement an API route that sends the extracted transcription to Deepseek AI for processing. Instead of displaying the full raw transcription, show only the AI generated summary with key highlights from the video. And the analysis should include what the video is about, some core topic, important points, insights or key learnings. It should keep it concise, structured and easy to read, and make sure the implementation is simple and efficient for real-time analysis. We will take this prompt. We will now open a composer. I will put there the prompt. I will enter and I will let Claude 3.7 handle this. We are now getting the responses. It started with implementing the API route for the analysis. Then it's updating the page component to include the AI analysis. Then it's updating the video analysis results component. And now we can accept all. There is one thing, it put the environment variable into the next config file. We want this to be in .env file where we will store the environment variables. We can solve this with a prompt that we want to store it in env file, or we can just create .env file and put there the API key. Like this. And there you will paste the API key from your AI provider. I will be using Deepseek. There on the Deepseek platform, you can just be generating new API keys if you lost the previous ones. Now let's test this. We will input there an YouTube link. There we have the text with the video transcript. And now we can see that the analysis is loading. Let's wait a bit. And there we have the analysis. We need to do there some changes because we don't want to see the file with the video transcript. We just want to see the loading screen and then the analysis. The user definitely won't read the full video transcript. He will be just curious about the summary. We don't need to show that. We will just display there some skeleton. AI will handle it with the next prompt. Let's now create this prompt. This will be prompt 3. And we will put there, please implement this. Never display the transcribed text anywhere. Create a loading/progress for the analysis until it's ready. If there are any errors, just display a window that it failed. Now we will put this to composer, hit enter, and we will wait for the implementation. First it updated video analysis result, and then the main page where we are using this component. We will accept this. And now we will go on to page and we will test it again. Now we can see the skeleton of the analysis. We will wait for the loading to finish. And there we can see the key points and summary. So exactly as we described it in the prompt. Now we can hit analyze another video and we are ready to analyze another one. But what if you want to add even more functionality? Because this is kinda straightforward for now. Maybe we can build something on top of this. And that will be some saving into database. I will also show you how you can connect your application with Supabase. It's super easy and straightforward. How you can save data to database. And yeah, let's see how it's done. Let's start with the prompt 4. Redesign this page with a clean and modern light theme. The main focus should be a text field where the user pastes a YouTube video link. After the AI generates the video summary, show the text in a professional and easy to read way. Make everything feel simple, bright, and friendly, with smooth fonts and good spacing. The final look should feel modern and polished. We will now focus on the UI, and then we will implement the database calls. Let's put this into Composer. It will change the UI. Now we can accept that. It's using these lime colors, and we might change it later. We can leave it for now. Let's see how this will look like after the video is analyzed. And yeah, to be honest, it looks really good because the key points now are nicely with the color details. The summary is still the same. We have there a grid background behind the video summary and also on the main page behind the input text for the video URL. The YouTube video player is a bit smaller, and that's correct because we don't need it. We just need the summary, that's the focus there. And I think we can now implement Supabase. We will head to supabase.com and there we will log in or sign up. After you will be on the dashboard, you will need to create a new organization and then you can create there a new project. In a free tier, you can have up to 2 free projects. You will click on the project that you will create and there you can also select which project you want to use. So I will be in the first one. If you created just one, there will be just that project. Then we will click there on connect and there are 2 strings. We'll need to paste into environment variables to database URL and direct URL. In database URL, you have the string where is number 6543, and in direct URL, it will be the one with 5432. Just copy paste there these 2 strings, and now you need to also put there the password. Where you can get this password? You will go there in project settings. There you will go into database. And there you will hit reset password. You will generate it, copy it and store it. Then you will put a password on this place. And also one additional thing for the database URL, after the string that you will paste from your database, put there a question mark, pgbouncer equals true and connection with limit to 1. After you will have it, we can move to setting up the Prisma. Setting up the Prisma is really simple. We will run command npm install Prisma client. Then we will do npx Prisma init. That will create a folder Prisma with schema.prisma file where we will be putting all our models for the database. We'll also add there into data source DB direct URL that we created. And now we can go to the prompt 5. I want to extend my existing functionality with the AI analysis. Once the analysis is complete and the result is displayed, I want to add a save button that will allow users to save this analysis to the database. Define a Prisma model for storing AI analysis. Result should be stored in JSON format and store the analysis via Prisma. For frontend, add a save button below the AI analysis result. When this is clicked, it should trigger the API request to save the analysis. And also I want to see the loading and success states. Now we will put there this prompt and we will hit enter. And it will start adding all the functionality. You can see that it's creating the Prisma models, it's creating the routes in API folder, it's creating the save button component, it's adding everything to the video analysis component. It also created a library folder with prisma.ts for setting up the database. And now what we will do, we will run command npx prisma db push. This is important because now this will push the models that it created into your database. For example, it created the analysis model That means if you'll do npx prisma db push, we will see in our Supabase, in our table, the record of the analysis, where all the analysis will be saved. If you are testing this and there are already some data in our table, in my case it's subscription and user, it will ask you if it can rewrite these changes, otherwise it won't be able to push it. So I will just accept it because I can lose all the data. It was just for a testing purpose, but be careful with this. Maybe if you tested it on the other application, just make sure you won't delete all your data there and you will create a new database instead of just pushing it to an existing one. Now there we will go to table editor. I will need to hit refresh and there you can see saved analysis table. There I will hit save analysis and you can see I'm getting errors. I will paste these errors in the composer, and if you will open the terminal where your server is running, you can also paste some errors from there. I will edit there and I will ask Claude to fix these errors. And now you can see it will take some time, and after it's done, we will accept it. We can just refresh the page. If we need to, we can do another analysis and we can hit save analysis again, and now it works. If we'll go to Supabase and refresh the page, you can see we have the record there. Everything is saved, and some additional functionality that I didn't even know it added is a saved analysis fetch, because it just somehow added without the prompt on its own. Probably thought it's a good idea, and that is right because I wanted to do this in another prompt. But let's say if it didn't do it and you will need to create another prompt, you will just ask for creating a section where it will fetch all the saved analysis onto page and it will display them like this. Now you can see if I save the analysis, it's saved into a Supabase, there it's stored, and there in this saved analysis section, it will be then displayed because it will get all the data from the Supabase. That means if I won't save the analysis now, and I will just go directly to Supabase and I will create there some new record, it will be then also displayed there in these saved analysis. And if I will create an analysis and I won't save it, it won't be displayed there, which sounds obvious, but yeah, that's the functionality. Now what we want to add in our saved analysis section, when we want to click on the saved analysis, no module is opened. That means we cannot read the actual analysis. We can just see there the title. We can see just a few sentences from the summary and when this was saved. That means we will create another prompt. And for prompt 7, we would like in a saved analysis section, when a user clicks on a saved analysis, display the full analysis below in a well-structured and readable format. Ensure the text is easy to read with proper spacing and formatting. Then include an edit button next to the displayed analysis. When the user clicks on edit, the text should be editable. And after making changes, the user can click the save button to update and store the analysis. And also some feedback upon saving if everything was saved properly. Let's open a composer, paste it there, and now let's see what AI comes with. We can see that it created the saved analysis detail that will be used for displaying the analysis. Then it updated the page. Then it created an API route for updating the saved analysis into our database. Then it updated the saved analysis detail component to handle the successful edits. And even without specifying, it added a delete functionality to the saved analysis detail component. So we can now even delete the analysis from our database. Now it's time to test this saved analysis section. We have there two analyses. Let me go on one, and there I can see the analysis, and I have there an option to edit or delete. I will first try to delete this one. Now it was also deleted from the database. For the second one, I will try to edit. I will hit edit analysis. There I will edit it, and I will save changes. And it looks like everything is working properly. Saved analysis section is fine with some additional features like deleting the saved analysis and editing the saved analysis. Everything is of course being updated in the database. Now there is even more features that can be added, but I will keep this a bit shorter. and I will keep this with some main functionality like this. And if you're curious about adding even more functionalities or building a SaaS out of some AI analysis like this, just ping me in the comments, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Cheers.